Hello, my name's Jana, and today we're gonna conduct an experiment. If you don't know, I'm a giant romance girly. I love romance, I love fantasy, and that tends to be where I stay. I do venture out a little bit here and there, and I've been trying over the last 2 years to try to find thrillers that interest me, that I like, and that don't scare me too much. When it comes to scary movies, I have always described myself as a weenie hut junior, a scaredy cat, if you will. I'm frightened by a lot of things. Jump scares in kids' movies, excessive amount of gore, a horse, I'm frightened. But I have in the past read something and then found myself peering into a bush being like, is there a man in there? Like I said, I like to read romance. I like to know that in the end, two people are going to kiss and ride into the sunset, and that's just my happy place. So as part of this experiment, what I'm going to do is over the next 3 videos, each video being 3 books, my intention is to increase the scary level each video. And so I'm hoping that this experiment will tell me what I'm actually afraid of, or if I'm afraid of these things, and how my friends who love thriller and horrors can recommend books to me. So yeah, very long-winded way to say, welcome. Let's see if I get afraid. We're starting on hard mode. I'm home alone. It is a gloomy day. I'm with my black cat, and we're gonna see if I sleep tonight. The hope and the dream is that these are the books that I have perceived as potentially less scary to me. So we're going to be starting with Rules for Vanishing by Kate Alice Marshall. I've never read anything by this author before, so I am judging it based on nothing and knowing my friends really enjoy this book. So hopefully that's fun. I think it'll be more fun for us if I am frightened, but obviously I'm not gonna force that. I forgot to say that this is going to be as spoiler-free as I can make it, while also like tracking what scares me. So if what scares me might be a spoiler and you don't want to know about these books in any capacity, maybe come back later. But I just started Rules for Vanishing. I have it on audio, so I don't know if that'll freak me out worse than if I read it physically, but it's what my library had, so let's go. Book update, no. Taylor Swift cardigan update, yes. So my Speak Now cardigan just came in, which I am very excited about, but also spooky. Talk about scary. Taylor, we're gonna have beef. She put confetti in this. Like, these are cute as hell, and I will be putting them in my journal. Thank you so much, ma'am. But also, like, when I took it out and like a big puff of them came out everywhere, I was like, what is that? Bugs. List number 1, bugs. Now that I'm into this, I will tell you a little about what it's about. There's like this urban legend in a town that's like based around like a girl who went missing, and the heroine in this book is looking into it because her sister also goes missing and becomes like connected to this urban legend. And the sister had like a bunch of notes that also like talked about the urban legend, so it makes it like suspicious that she also like went missing with like this boy. So right now I'm not like scared or anything. It's more like that, like, oh no, like what's gonna happen or what actually happened. I'm not scared, but I did go to take out the trash, and the trash is like in the parking garage. So I was like in the parking garage and a car made a loud noise, and I was a little like, ooh. But I feel like that's just because I'm like, that's what I'm focused on, and I'm a little on edge because I'm like, ooh, mystery. And so I was like, oh no, I'm gonna go inside and stop going outside now. Let's get back to reading. So I'm listening and cleaning my kitchen in my skeleton pajamas as one does. So I feel like now it's finally getting like a little spooky. Like there's been some gore and more just like spooky happenings. I feel like this book is kind of the correct, like comfortable level of scary for me, because there's something about like a lot of thrillers where like suspense to me can feel like anxiety, where I think if I visually saw it in a movie, I would have been a little more freaked out. Because there's like this scene with this like bird or some kind of bird-like thing, like gorily eating something, and I was like, I think if I saw that in a movie, I'd be a little like, I'm brave, but I'm not. Where this, I was like, okay, like I could viscerally see it, but it wasn't like freaking me out. I'm about 30% in now. You can probably hear that I'm also doing laundry, but I wanted to update you, so I'll go so that it stops being annoying. So I'm about like 80% in now. So I'm about to like sit down and finish it while I fold some of my laundry. So I'm in my bedroom, but I also washed my bedding. So, which, good on me. So far, like I know like a plot twist is coming, but for the sake of this video, like this book didn't like scare me. I feel like it's been like spooky enough. Yeah, I still think this is like a fine amount of spooky scary for me. We will see. I'm thinking maybe after a nap I'll start Hyde by Kirsten White. That one I have no idea what it's about, but we'll find out. Okay, we did it. By we did it, I mean the loud noise in the background is finally over. And also I finished the book. Yay. So I really liked it. I think I'm gonna give it 4 stars just because I feel like the ending kind of lost me. I was paying attention. I even rewound it and listened to it again, and I was still like, did I understand what happened? Or there's like still some mystery left. And I think when I was Googling online, it said like maybe there's gonna be a second book, so maybe that's why I still have questions. So what I learned from this book in terms of me becoming spooky, delicious Jana is that I like urban legends, which I feel like I kind of already knew because I like that in other contexts, but I did love it in this story in particular. Also really liked and do like historically mixed media, whether it is like a podcast or in this one it was like tapes of an interview. It almost like was giving like dual timeline. And then I do like a paranormal aspect. I know from being in the online book space that a lot of people in thrillers or horror don't like it when at like the end of the book it's like the twist is paranormal, but this was kind of paranormal the whole time. So I don't know if that's different for people who dislike paranormal stuff in their thrillers, but I did really like it. So I don't know if you can tell, I woke up from a nap and I'm obviously in a very chipper mood. We're going to move on. It is getting quite later in the day. I think it's almost 5 p.m. and I basically read and cleaned my house all day and played a little bit of video games, updated my journal. I've really been living my Saturday. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start Hyde. That just feels like what I want to do. So I think we learned a lot already. I think there's probably a lot more I can learn, especially because we don't know what I don't like yet or what scares me, because nothing super spooked me. Like I did find myself like walking by my closet being a little creeped out, but that could happen on a normal day. That's normal, right? So I finally know what this book is about, because all I knew about it going into it was that it was going to be like a hide and seek game, and I kind of guessed that based off of it being called Hyde. And I knew it has a Ferris wheel on the cover, so I was like, obviously, like maybe in a theme park. So yeah, so I guess it's like a competition show thing where you win $50,000. I will say the only thing that has been like a little jarring to me is it's like third person omniscient where you're like in everyone's brain. So like you get like a little inside scoop into everybody. So that kind of like threw me off at first because I was like, wait, why do I know this random man's like actual thought right now? But I am hoping that like this one will also just be fun and maybe we'll learn something. Maybe I'll be spooked. Maybe I won't be spooked. Maybe we'll find things I like. Maybe we'll find things I don't like. I haven't read any more Hyde because I decided to make a mug cake and watch some YouTube videos. So I'm gonna do that for a little bit and then get back to spooky. And also maybe the spooky vibes will intensify as the lighting in my apartment gets worse as the sun goes down. We're going back to Hyde now while I play my silly little farming game. I'm also going to turn off the light because I'm testing myself. I'm challenging myself. I'm 28 years old. It barely looks like it's darker in here because my TV's so big. But my black cat is here, so extra spooky. In the book just now, you're like hearing these other kids' thoughts, right? So this guy just goes, I think she's a lesbian. I don't think we have those in Idaho. There's potatoes there. There must be lesbians. Okay, so I got like halfway through now and it's definitely spooked me a little bit. There was, so my apartment door is right across from a door that people use to walk in and out of the hallway. And so basically all day I hear people like have that door close. But it like scared me a few minutes ago and I was like, oh no. But yeah, I'm at like 51%. So yeah, I don't know how much longer I'm going. It looks like I have like 2 more hours of listening to do. It's only 8:30 now, so like I could finish, but we'll see if I keep getting like more nervous. I might have to stop so that I can actually go to bed tonight. As you can see, the light is back on, and that is the update. Pray for me. Look, number one, ignore my face. I have skincare on. This is what being a woman is. Congrats. Did I just check my closet while holding a hammer? This is what waits for us in the dark. I'm about to go to bed, and I'm also like 5 minutes from finishing this book. I just wanted to show you that I have this really heavy box put in front of my front door. Hello, good morning. I just woke up. I'm very sleepy. My cats woke me up like multiple times. I had like a weird dream last night, but it wasn't like scary. That's what I was kind of worried about because sometimes I'll have kind of like intense, scary dreams. Well, especially since like the last book, Hide or whatever, like obviously something's hiding seeking you. So I was a little like, that might happen, but whatever. Let's go to sleep. I had a dream that like Toby from Pretty Little Liars, it was like his birthday, and for some reason pre-World War II themed like military, so like everyone was in like that kind of era, like military dress, like it was like a military ball or something, but it was his birthday. But like for some reason they were calling him Charles. I don't think the actor's name is Charles. Like I don't know what was going on there. But he was still married to Spencer from Pretty Little Liars. So I was like, okay. So I woke up from that like a little confused. I was like, I don't know where that came from because we didn't read any military books yesterday. It went as well as we could have expected. Besides that, I did finish Hyde last night. and I wanted to go over what we learned. Potentially curses, question mark, because this one was, again, paranormal. And I still liked that aspect. I only gave the book itself like 3 stars, so maybe I would try another thriller from her, because it was very easy to listen to. I just sat down and I listened to the whole thing. Yeah, again, I enjoyed the paranormal aspect. This one kind of had like a curses thing going on, where it was like a curse on these like 7 families where they had to do this thing in order for their like lineage to prosper or whatever. Like, there wasn't anything that particularly scared me besides like it being dark and me listening to a creepy book. So we didn't learn much there, but that's okay. We're building up. We're still building up. So I'm going to start book 3 right now, and sit down and have some coffee so that I can feel alive. My boyfriend does come back home today, which I'm happy about. It's just, I found it really funny. So I do regularly sleep with a hammer by my bed. So don't try to come find me. Yeah, I definitely like walked around with it a little bit last night, but it's whatever. She's sane. She's sane. She's a normal lady. Like, I don't know what girls who live alone do, but even when my boyfriend's home, like, I sleep closest to the door, because I know that in a if something were to happen, I'm the action maker. I am the one who would do something about it. Not to speak badly of my partner. I just think he would still be like being like, huh? And I would be hammering someone to death. So I'm listening to The Silent Patient right now. And one of the problems I have with thrillers, and this has happened before because I've listened to a few Ruth Ware's, and I feel like a lot of hers have this similar problem where the person who's narrating is like an anxious lady. But the thing about me is, if someone near me sounds like they're having anxiety, it gives me anxiety. So just a cute little quirk I have. It's not that it scares me or freaks me out. Well, I guess it does freak me out, just like not in a like a spooky, scary kind of way. Just in a like, lady, stop talking like that. I spoke too soon. They have changed narrators to a man. I think everyone probably knows what this book is. This therapist guy basically gets like really interested in this patient who went silent after supposedly killing her husband. And I think everyone who was going to read this book has read this book. So I'm hoping I like it. So far, I'm definitely interested. I'm already like an hour into the audio. But yeah, so I'm excited that this one's like a little different, so we can see what I like about it. It does kind of remind me of like a Ruth Ware. So I am now 50% through The Silent Patient. Me and Gengar are here to tell you what's up. So I think I've decided I don't like domestic disputes. In this one, it isn't the woman's marital stuff that's messy. Well, obviously it was, because one of them's dead, but the like therapist has like a messy marriage. And I don't know, like, I feel like I've seen this in a few thrillers that I've read, and I think they use cheating as a way to make the reader feel unsettled. And it just like feels lazy to me. They needed the therapist guy to have something going on with him because he's not that interesting. I think this is gonna be like a 3-star. I am enjoying it. Like, I'm not having a bad time. I'm just like not having an amazing time either. I see why people like it. I feel like it's very fast. Things keep changing and you keep being like, okay, but why? I almost want to say it feels kind of long for like what it's doing. Okay, so we're here to wrap everything up. My cat's here. Let's he's in this. Wait. I finished The Silent Patient, and it was pretty good. Like I felt like as it was going, I was like, okay, this is happening. Whatever this is. But then the ending did really surprise me because I was like, maybe this is genius. I don't know, or maybe I'm personally an idiot. I don't know which one I fall into. In terms of the spooky scary, the only thing I added to my I added it to my dislikes list, which is good because we have a good chunk for likes and we need to know what I don't like. And I think like domestic problems. I just like don't I feel like in a thriller, because I know something bad's gonna happen, I never connect with any of the characters because I'm like, they're either gonna be the one perpetuating the bad thing or the bad thing's gonna happen to. So then I can't like let myself care about them because I just know something bad's coming. So it's like hard to like emotionally connect through that. But I think it's about like a 3, maybe a 3.5. I think in terms of like spooky, scary, my rating for all of these would be the most scary one, like would probably be Rules for Vanishing, just because it's horror as opposed to the other two were thrillers, so it had a little bit more gore, a little bit more like creepy creatures, and also just the nature of the story itself is a little more like unsettling. So right now, the scariest thing I've read is a YA horror, and then it would be Hide. And I can't tell if Hide is because of the content or was just because I was alone at night. But then The Silent Patient's on the bottom because it didn't really scare me. It was more of like one of those thrillers that just kind of unsettles you. I'm really happy with how this has gone so far. I think we've added a lot of things to my likes and a little bit to my dislikes. So I think we're finding content. The experiment so far has been successful. Part 2 is going to be hopefully a step up. Just like how in this one, there was a special circumstance around making it a little extra scary, there is something that I'm saving for part 2 that's gonna make it a little extra scary. Because this week I felt like this was just kind of gearing me up in trying to set the mood and get us into the spirit of things and start looking at what I like and dislike, as opposed to just scaring the bejesus out of me week 1 and making me not want to keep going. So I hope you guys are looking forward to part 2 as much as I am. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I hope you will come watch me scare the shit out of myself later this month.